Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Chaitanya Charitāmrita audio class. Thank you for joining. We'll begin with our prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mano Vishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. We are discussing from Chaitanya Charitāmrita. We are on Madhya Lila, chapter 10, Lord's return to Jagannath Puri. So far, we have discussed Mahaprabhu. He traveled to all the holy places in South India, starting from uh, Vidyanagar, and before that, Alalnath. We started from there. He went to so many places. One major halt was at Sri Rangam, where he spent 4 months at the house of Venkat Bhatta. Then from there he went to all the way to Kanyakumari. Then he traveled up and reached Pandharpur. There he came to know about the departure of his brother Shankara Aranya. He already knew, but it was uh, revealed to him, it was told to him. There he met with Paramananda Puri and he was so very happy meeting him. And then ultimately Mahaprabhu returns to Jagannath Puri. Meanwhile, Kaviraj Goswami describes that Prataparudra Maharaj, when he came to know that there was a great personality, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came to Jagannath Puri. So he went to Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, who was his guru, and he told, I have heard that a great personality came to Jagannath Puri, and he is so very merciful. I am hearing how he has shown mercy unto you. I want to meet him. Can you please arrange for me to meet with him? Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya says, actually, there's a problem. There are two problems. First is, he does not meet kings. And second problem is, even if I try, now he is not here. He has gone to South India. Prataparudra Maharaj, he was so very anxious to meet. He said, why did you not keep him? You should have fallen at his feet and kept him. Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya says, he is a supreme independent Lord. How can I stop him? Although I tried to stop him, but still I could not. He is a supreme Lord. So Prataparudra Maharaj says, well, because you are accepting him as a supreme Lord, I also accept him. I believe that he is Krishna, he is supreme. And he says, can you please arrange for me to meet him when he returns? He says, yes, I'll try. And he says, actually, I need a place for him to stay when he returns to Jagannath Puri. Prataparudra Maharaj says, Kashi Mishra's house is the best place because Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya said that that place should be near to temple and it should be in a solitary place so that people do not disturb him. Prataparudra Maharaj says Kashi Mishra's house is the best place for him to stay. So Sarvam Bhattacharya goes to the house of Kashi Mishra and he tells whatever king has said. Kashi Mishra becomes so very happy and fortunate. He says, I am so very fortunate. Kashi Mishra kahe ami bada bhagyavan more grihe Prabhupadera habe avasthan. I am so very fortunate. In my house, Supreme Lord will stay. Prabhupadera habe avasthan. He made all the arrangements. And then ultimately, Lord returns to Jagannath Puri. Everyone was happy. Everyone was anxious to meet. They all went to the house of Sarabham Bhattacharya and they told all the residents of Jagannath Puri, can you please uh, arrange a meeting with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Sarabham Bhattacharya does so. And then Mahaprabhu, he goes to Kashi Mishra's house and he shows his four-handed form to Kashi Mishra, Vishnu form. And Kashi Mishra, he was so very happy and amazed. So Mahaprabhu was satisfied being at the house of Kashi Mishra. So we discussed till verse number 48, where Bhattacharya, he is making all the different people of Jagannath Puri to meet with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then ultimately, he meets with Bhavananda Rai. Sarvam Bhattacharya says, this personality is Bhavananda Rai. So all the five sons of Bhavananda Rai, four sons of Bhavananda Rai and Bhavananda Rai, they all came, they all fell at the feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Srila Prabhupada writes, Bhavananda Rai had five sons and the eldest was Ramananda Rai. And Bhavananda Rai also had met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his South India tour. And Ramananda Rai, he was still working in Vidyanagar, and Mahaprabhu had met Ramananda Rai on return also. So Ramananda Rai had told that you please go ahead. I'll finish everything, all the government duties, and I'll join in 10 days. So Ramananda Rai was not there. Bhavananda Rai and the four sons of Bhavananda Rai were there. Vaninath, Gopinath, Kalanidhi, and Sudhanidhi. They are mentioned in the Adi Lila also, in the description of the tree, Chaitanya tree. There, the description of the five sons of Bhavananda Rai and Bhavananda Rai had come. So now Sarvam Bhattacharya introduces Bhavananda Rai. Sarvabhaum kahe Bhavananda Rai, ihar prathama putra Ramananda Rai. Sarvabhaum kahe Rai Bhavananda, ihar prathama putra Rai Ramananda. This person, he is Bhavananda Rai, and you have met Ramananda Rai. He is the first son of Bhavananda Rai. When Mahaprabhu heard that, oh, Bhavananda Rai is the father of Ramananda Rai, he became so happy, he embraced Bhavananda Rai. And he said, actually, anyone whose son is Ramananda Rai, nobody can describe the glories of such a personality. Ramananda Hinaratna Yahara Tanaye Tahara Mahima Lokena Pahana Nayaye. Ramananda Hinaratna Yahara Tanaye. Anyone who has Ramananda Rai, the jewel of Ramananda Rai, Ramananda Rai is a crest jewel. Whoever is the father, he is unlimitedly glorious. Nobody can describe the glory of that person who has Ramananda Rai as his son. So that is how, when the son is glorious, the father is also glorified. So that's what Mahaprabhu is telling. He embraced, he honored Bhavananda Rai, saying like this. So whatever acts son does, the father is either glorified or he is insulted. If the son does something good, father is glorified. If the son does something bad, father and entire family is insulted. So Mahaprabhu is glorifying Ramananda Rai. He is the crest jewel. And then he says, Bhavananda Rai, you are like Pandu and your five sons are Pandavas. साक्षात पांडु तुम्ही तुम्हार पत्नी कुंती पंच पांडव तुम्हार पंच पुत्र महामती. You are Pandu, your wife is like Kunti, and your sons, they are like the five Pandavas. They are Mahamati. They are very intelligent. Why intelligent? So whenever we hear somebody is glorified in Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitāmrita as intelligent, what is that intelligence which is glorified there? This comes in fourth canto of Bhagavatam when Dhruva, he is fighting with all the yakshas and ultimately he starts killing them indiscriminately. Swayambhuman comes and pacifies him. Dhruva stops. And Kuvera, he becomes very happy that, okay, ultimately he has stopped. He comes in front of Dhruva and he tells, please ask for benedictions. There, Maitravana describes, Saraja Rajena Varaya Chodito Dhruvo Mahabhagavato Mahamati Haro Savavre Achalitam Smritim Yayo Taratyayatnena Duratyayam Tamaha. Saraja Rajena Varaya Chodito, when Kuvera, he told, please ask for benedictions. Dhruva is Mahabhagavat and Mahamati. The same word is used, Mahamati. He's a great devotee of the Lord and is most intelligent. Why he is most intelligent? It is described by what he asks. What he asked? Haro savavre achalitam smritim yayo. Please give me undeterred remembrance of the Supreme Personality. Taratyayatnena duratyayam tamaha. Anybody who remembers Krishna, naturally he'll cross the ocean of material existence. It will not be a great trouble for him. Yagyai sankirtana prayai ajantihi sumedhasaha. An intelligent person serves Krishna. So all these five devotees, five sons of Bhavanandra, they are great devotees. That's why Mahaprabhu is telling they are Mahamati. It is not the ordinary intelligence which is glorified in Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita. It is devotional intelligence and spiritual intelligence which is glorified in scriptures. Because ultimately, that is the only thing which is worth all the wealth of the world, all the prestige, fame of the world doesn't last. What is the use running behind all the wealth of the world, which will never last anyways? So the people of the world, when they use their intelligence to get the ordinary material assets, they are not intelligent. Because they are trying to get something which is temporary, and many times they don't even get it. It is like a mirage in the desert. And the person, he thinks that only if I struggle this much, I'll be happy and satisfied. I'll get this. And the person keeps running his whole life. In the school days, there was a story. One time the king announced, he had an unlimited tract of land, the king. He announced, from today morning, I declare that I announce whoever covers whatever tract of land by walking before sunset, all the tract will be his. So many people, they became very happy and excited. They started walking. Somebody walked 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, and they were satisfied. Okay. One person, he thought, why to stop? This opportunity will not come again. He used his intelligence. If I walk this much, I'll get, if I walk for 1 hour, I'll get all this land. 2 hours, there that much land. He kept on walking. Whole day he walked. And as soon as the sun set, he became so exhausted, he dropped down dead. So that is how the intelligence of this world is. So therefore, Mahamati means only a person who endeavors for Krishna. तस्यैव हेतो प्रयतेत कोविदो न लभ्यते यद् भ्रमतामुपर्यदः तल्लभ्यते दुःखवदन्यथा सुखं कालेन सर्वत्र गभीररमहसा. Therefore, please do not endeavor for that which is not, which is, please do not endeavor for that which is available in all these 14 planetary systems. That means endeavor to get the lotus feet of Krishna. Because whatever is there in this material world, you are going to get anyways. What is the intelligence in that? And that is what Prahlad tells to his friends. Please don't endeavor for happiness of this world. Sukham indriyakam daitya dehinam dehi yoginam sarvatra labhyate deva yatha dukkham ayatnata. Don't endeavor for happiness. It will come just like the pains come, happiness will also come. So what should we endeavor for? Tat prayaso na kartavyo yatha ayu vayah param na tatha vindate shemam mukunda charanam bhujam. Please endeavor for the lotus feet of Krishna. And all these sons of Bhavanandarai and Bhavanandarai, they were always absorbed in serving Krishna. So therefore, Mahaprabhu is calling them Mahamati. And then Bhavanandarai, he replies, it's like a very humble devotee. Rai kahe ami shudra vishayadham tabu tumi sparshiyai ishvara lakshan. Bhavanandarai was not from a high caste. He was from a Kayast family. So therefore, he is expressing his fallen condition. He says, Ami Shudra Vishay Adham. I am fourth class. I am always absorbed in material affairs. I am fallen. But Tabu Tumi Sparshi, still you are embracing me? That shows that you are Krishna. Prabhupada writes in the purport, विद्या विनय संपन्ने ब्राह्मणे गविहस्तिनि शुनि चैव शोपाके च पंडिताः समदर्शिनः. What is the symptom of a pandita? He sees everything with equal vision. He does not care for the material condition of a person. Prabhupada writes, Bhavanandarai consequently appreciated Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's statement, which showed that the Lord does not consider the social position of Bhavanandarai. That is Supreme Lord. That is a great personality who never sees the externals. Prabhupada writes, the spiritual master claims people from all sections of life, not only from the Brahminical class, from all sections. Tirata, Hunandra, Pulendra, Pulkasha, Abir, Shumbha, Yavana, Kasadaya, Yanyecha Papaya, the Pashraya, Shraya, Shuddhanti Tasmai, Prabhu Vishnave Namaha. All the various classes, lower castes, Shuddhanti, Yad Apashraya, Ashraya. Whoever takes shelter not of the Lord, but devotees of the Lord. All these lower castes, if they take shelter of the devotee of the Lord, they get purified. One does not have to take shelter of the Lord directly, because tirthi kurvanti tirthani. The devotees, they purify the places of pilgrimage because they have Krishna in their heart. Swantasthena gadabrita. They purify the places of pilgrimage. So devotees are most powerful in purifying anyone. They are empowered to purify others. They purify others by their glance, by their touch, by the water which washes the feet of the devotees. So that is the power of the devotees of the Lord. As Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes, Gangara Parasha Hoile Paschate Pavan Darshane Pavitra Karo Eto Maravan Darshane Pavitra Karo. One has to take bath in Ganga for many times to get purified. But the devotee purifies just by darshan. Shravanad, Darshanad, Vapi. Just by hearing about devotees, one gets purified. Just by taking darshan of devotees, one gets purified. So that is the power of the devotees of the Lord. So Prabhupada writes, so whoever takes shelter of the Lord or the devotees of the Lord, he is purified. One should not question the purity of a devotee. He is purified. Swantasthena Gadabhrita, because they have Krishna in their heart, that Krishna purifies them. Krishtakarnarandrena swanam bhava saroruham dhunoti shamalam Krishna salilasya yathasharat. When the sound vibration enters the ears, goes to the heart and cleanses the heart of all the contaminations, just like the autumnal rains cleanses off everything. Nobody goes to the mountains and the trees to clean them. First rains are sufficient to clean everything. Of course, Bhavananda Rai, he is already a liberated soul. He is a pure devotee of the Lord, but out of his humility, he is telling, oh, I'm a Shudra Vishay Adham. Just like Rup Sanatana Goswami, when they go in front of the Lord, they also say, oh my Lord, Malechha Jati, Malechha Sevi, Kori Malechha Karma, Go Brahmana Drohi Sange Amara Sangama. Malechha Jati, we are born in, we are Malechha by caste. We are serving Malechha. We are doing Malechha activities. We are associating with Brahmana Drohi Sange. We are associating with people who kill cows and the Brahmanas. They are so fallen. And Mahaprabhu tells, Aji se तुम्हारा नाम रूप सनातन दैन्य छाड़ दैन्य तुम्हार हटे मोरमन. Please give up your humility. From today you are Rupa and Sanatan. So that is a natural mood of a devotee. He never feels that I was qualified to receive mercy of the Lord. Just like Prahlad, small boy. And all the devtas, Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Lakshmi, even Brahmaji, even Lakshmiji could not pacify Narasimhadev. Brahmaji tells Prahlad, Lord has appeared to protect you. Only you can pacify him. Please go and pacify him. As a fearless cub goes in front of the lion, Prahlad goes in front of Lord Narasimhadev and offers obeisances to Lord. And as soon as Narasimhadev sees Swapada Mule Patitamarbhakasya, as soon as he sees Prahlad falling at his feet, immediately he forgets all his anger. He picks up Prahlad and puts him on his lap and starts licking Prahlad, just like a lion loves and shows affection to the cub. Nobody, no avatar has shown such affection to his devotee like Narasimhadev. No avatar has put his devotee on his lap. No avatar has licked his devotee. So Narasimhadev, he is giving such honor to Prahlad. And Prahlad, he is not thinking, just see, I'm so great. He says, Brahmadaya Surgana Munayota Siddha Satvaikatana Gatayo Vachasam Pramahai Naraditum Purgunai Radhunapi Pipro Kim Toshtumarhati Same Harirukrachate. My Lord, all these devatas, Brahma, Indra, Chandra, Varuna, they could not pacify you. They are situated in the modes of goodness. Satvai Katana Gatayo, and they were offering beautiful streams of prayers. They could not satisfy you. Naraditum Purugunai Radhunapi Vipru. How can I satisfy you? I am born in a family of demons, Sudra Jati. So that is the mood of a devotee. He always feels I am not qualified. So Bhavananda Rai, he says, Nija Griha Vitta Bhritya Panchaputra Sane Atma Samarpilu Ami Tomar Charane. He is a surrendered devotee of the Lord. Nij griha vitt bhritya panchaputra sane. I am surrendering everything. Atma samarpilu ami tumhara charane. I am surrendering everything. I am surrendering my home, my wealth, all my relatives, all my servants, all my 5 sons, and I am surrendering myself at your lotus feet. Manas deho geho jo kichu moy arpilu tuapade nanda kishore. So that's what he is doing. Prabhupada writes, if one can surrender with all his family members, there is no need to take sannyas. Just like Bhaktivinoda Thakur tells, Je dine grihe bhajana dekhi grihete golok bhai. So if everybody surrendered to the Lord, where is the need to take sannyas? Sannyas means I am attached to family life, I'll give up my family. But if the entire family is surrendered to Krishna, so there is no need to take sannyas. However, Prabhupada writes, if the surrendering process is hampered by so-called family members, then one should give up the family members and take sannyas. So that is the mood of a renunciant. Otherwise, if the family is all worshipping Krishna, the family is all the efforts of the family will bring them close to Krishna. Otherwise, the family becomes like a prison house. And all the affection and attachments of the family members, they become like shackles. Tavadaragadayastena tavat karagriham griham yavan moham grinigado yavan krishna nate jana. If there is no Krishna nate jana, if Krishna is not in the center, then ragadaya, all the attachments, they are like the thieves. They steal away our Krishna consciousness. And the home becomes tavat kara griham griham. The graha becomes like karagraha, prison house. All the illusion is like the shackles. So therefore he says, I am offering everything at your lotus feet, O my Lord. And this Vaninath, he will stay at your lotus feet and he will carry all your orders. I am leaving him here to be with you always. And my Lord, please consider me as your relative. Please do not hesitate to tell me anything you need. Prabhu kahe ki sankocha tumi naha para janme jame tumi amar savamshe kinkara. Mahaprabhu assures, Prabhu kahe ki sankocha. He says, I accept without hesitation because you are not an outsider. Tumi nahi para. Para means outsider. You are my own servant. You are mine. Janme janme, not just in this life. Janme janme tumi amar savamshe kinkara. You and your entire family is my servant life after life. You have served me in many, many lives in the past, along with your family. So therefore, I don't hesitate to accept you. And Ramanandra is coming within 5 to 7 days. I'm just waiting to be in his association. And in his association, all my desires will be fulfilled. So in this way, Ramanandra, Mahaprabhu embraced Bhavanandra, and then Bhavanandra and all the 4 sons, they touched the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Bhavanandra went back home. Vaninath stayed there. So then, after all the devotees, most of the devotees, the prominent one, they had come, they met with Mahaprabhu, they all left. So now Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, whoever was remaining, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya told all of you, please go back. When everybody was gone, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is gone. He called Kal Krishna Das. And he's telling Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, my dear Bhattacharya, just see the character of this person went with me to South India. He went to serve me, but he left me and he went to associate with Tataris. I had to run. I had to go all the way to save him and bring him back in my company again. But now I have brought him here, and now I don't want to do anything with this person. He can go wherever he wants. Ebe ami hani korila vidaye, yaha ichha yaha amas ane nahi aradai. Now I am not at all responsible for him because he left my company. Still, I have brought him here. I protected him. Now I don't want to do anything with this person. Very, very important words Mahaprabhu is telling here. Because he was so far in my service, although he ran away and he went to enjoy, still it was my responsibility to protect him. But now all of you are there, I don't want to do anything with this person. So this whole story of rejecting Kala Krishna Das is a very, very instructive story which brings out the glories of devotees. So in this whole story, Mahaprabhu is telling, so far because he was under my care, I protected him although he left me. That's how living entities, even though they leave Krishna, Krishna doesn't leave them. But ultimately, Krishna wants that people should come under the shelter of devotees. And then it gives the responsibility. Now you decide, what do you want to do with this person? And that's the greatness of devotees. They never ever reject any living entity. So this whole story tells that Krishna sometimes may reject his devotees, he may reject living entities or his devotees if they do some mistake. But the devotees are more merciful than Krishna. Srila Prabhupada writes, Maya is so strong that Kal Krishnadas, he was an association of Krishna, Supreme Lord, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but still he was overwhelmed by Maya. So unless one is very, very careful and determined and strong enough, it is so very easy to get swayed away by Maya. Srila Prabhupada would always tell, the problem with my disciples is they don't fear Maya enough. As Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, यततो हि अपि कौन्तेय पुरुषस्य विपश्चितः इन्द्रियाणि प्रमाथीनि हरन्ति प्रसभं मनः. Yatato hi api, even if somebody is endeavoring to control his senses, and even if he is vipaschita, he is not a fool, he is a man of discrimination. But indriyani pramathini, the senses are very strong and impetuous. Haranti prasabham manaha, even a man of sober intelligence gets swayed away. So therefore, this whole story of Kal Krishna's getting seduced by the Tathari women is a strong lesson for all the sadhakas, how we should be careful to not get swayed away by temptations. Otherwise, we'll lose the opportunity to serve Krishna. We'll lose the opportunity to serve Guru, Srila Prabhupada, all the Vaishnavas. This opportunity we have received, don't know how many after how many lifetimes. So as a practicing sincere sadhaka, we have to be always very, very alert. Always keeping the goal of Krishna consciousness in the mind, not to get swayed away. That this life we have received this chance to worship Krishna, worship Guru, carry out the orders of spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada, we may not lose this opportunity. This is the rarest of the rare opportunity. The opportunity to serve is the rarest opportunity. Payayar Agyadhan Brajera Vaishnavagan Bandotara Mukhya Haridas Caitanya Vilas Sindhu Kallo Lera Eka Bindu Tarakana Kahe Krishnadas. Kaviraj Goswami is saying, Paya Yar Agya Dhan, I have received the treasure of instructions. Instructions to serve, to write scripture, write Chaitanya Charitāmrta. It is a rare fortune. So desire the chance to serve Krishna, serve Prabhupada, serve Guru, serve Vaishnavas, it is a rare treasure. Otherwise, then all the material energy is ready to seduce us. And if you're not careful, as they say in Hindi, Nazar Hati, Durghatna Gati, we'll lose this process. But still, Mahaprabhu will save us. But Krishna, he loves everyone, he trusts you. So we want to become trusted devotees of Krishna, trusted devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, trusted devotees of Srila Prabhupada and Guru Paramparacharya Vrinda. They love everyone. They want to bring everyone under the shelter of Krishna. But to become trustworthy, it is a big thing. So Prabhupada writes, it is possible at any time to fall down from the Lord's association. One only needs to misuse his little independence. Every second we have to use our independence to make right choices. But then Prabhupada says, although he was rejected, Krishna Das was rejected by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was given second chance. Mahaprabhu said, take him away. You do whatever you want to do with him. I don't have to do anything. I don't want to see his face. Eta shuni Krishna dasa kandite lagila madhyan karite Mahaprabhu chaligela. Krishna realized that he was rejected by Lord. It was like thunderbolt. Started crying bitterly. And Mahaprabhu didn't even look at him. Madhyan karite Mahaprabhu chaligela. He just left to have his prasad. And now, here comes the most important thing. Whenever a devotee falls down because of his uncontrolled senses, he may be rejected by the Lord, but he is never rejected by the devotees of the Lord. That is the responsibility of the devotee community. Nityananda Jagadananda Mukunda Damodar Charijane Yukti Tabe Porila Antar. Now all these four devotees, they are thinking, iska udhar kaise hoga? Nityananda Prabhu, Jagadananda Pandit, Nityananda Jagadananda Mukunda, and Nityananda Jagadananda Mukunda and Damodar Pandit. Yes, these four devotees, they are thinking how to keep this devotee engaged in service. Prabhupada writes, even though the Lord rejects a person, devotees do not reject him. That shows how devotees are more merciful than the Lord. That is the role of a devotee community. To take care of a person who is struggling, who is falling again and again. He should never be rejected. That is the role of expert management, to engage everyone, even a person who is doing mistakes. It is easy to reject a person. It is easy to throw a person out of the community. But to keep him engaged in devotional service, that requires a mature leadership. That requires a mature devotee care system, so that a devotee can remain engaged and enthused to practice Krishna consciousness till the last breath of his life. That's what Radhanath Swami Maharaj tells. What is the definition of a devotee care? What will keep a devotee to be enthused and inspired to contribute in the mission of Srila Prabhupada till last breath of his or her life? So all these four devotees, they are thinking how to engage him. Prabhupada writes, Chhadiya Vaishnava Seva Nistara Paiche Keva. If we leave devotee association, where is the hope for deliverance? Even if Krishna leaves, our hope is devotees will never leave us. There is a story which comes in the later chapters. Sarvam Bhattacharya, his son-in-law Amogha, he was by nature envious person. He would find faults in others. One time, Sarvam Bhattacharya invited Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for lunch, and he had cooked a huge feast. And he knew about Amogha, so he was personally guarding the door so that Amogha should not come in. For a few seconds, he went in the kitchen to get some more prasad. Amogha entered, started blaspheming, criticizing. Just see, he's a sannyasi and he's eating too much. It is not good for a sannyasi to eat all these luxurious dishes. Sarvam Bhattacharya, he came out and saw what is this person doing. He took a stick and went behind him running. Amogha, he was a young person, he ran away. Sarvam Bhattacharya, he started crying, lamenting. His wife, he said, my daughter should become a widow. And Mahaprabhu said, oh, don't worry about all this. Just feed me more. Give me more. But because of the offense which Amogha did towards Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he developed cholera. And he was actually dying of cholera. It was very difficult for him. Mahaprabhu, he went to the house of Amogha. He was lying in deathbed. Mahaprabhu placed his hand on the chest of Amogha. He said, Amogha, you are such a wonderful Brahmana. Why have you allowed this envy to enter your heart? Just give up this envy and chant the names of the Lord. So Amogha, Mahaprabhu purified him. And then Mahaprabhu returned to Sarvam Bhattacharya's house to meet him. Sarvam Bhattacharya came to know what happened. He told Mahaprabhu, why did you do that? He should have died. That was what he deserved. He says, Mahaprabhu says, Sarvabhauma grihe dasa dasiye kukur sehamora priyanya jana rahudur. In the house of Sarvabhaum, even a dasa, dasi or kukur, even a dog is dear to me. What to speak of anyone else? So if somebody is dear to devotees, then ultimately he receives the mercy of the Lord. So that's how devotees are so very crucial. We cannot do anything in bhakti without devotees. So all these devotees are thinking what to do. Charijane yukti tabe korilantar, they were thinking what to do. And then they considered Gaur deshe pathaite chahiye kajan ai ke kahibe ai prabhuragaman. We need one devotee who can go to Gauda, Bengal, and tell Shachimata, ai ke kahibe, who can tell Shachimata, Prabhuragaman, that Lord has returned back. Because all the devotees in Navadip, they are in intense separation. After Mahaprabhu left, they had no idea of what happened, what all things Mahaprabhu did. So therefore, what we will do? We will send this Kal Krishna Das to Bengal. E Kal Krishna Dase, E Krishna Dase, Dive Gauda Pathaya, E to kohi tare rakhile na ashvasiya. Now, they decided something. They decided that, okay, we'll send him to Gauda. But they did another very important thing. When a devotee is in distress because he is fallen, and whenever a devotee falls down, he cannot control his senses. He is in great difficulty. He feels so guilty that he thinks maybe we should leave bhakti. I should leave bhakti. I should go away. How can I do this? But these devotees, what are they doing? Eto kohi tare rakhile na ashvasiya. They gave him assurance. This is very important for a devotee community. to give assurance, to give hope, and to protect the faith of that devotee, so that the devotee may not lose the faith in Krishna, may not lose the faith in the process of bhakti, may not lose faith in the entire devotee community. It is a service each and every devotee should do. If we see someone in distress, it is our responsibility to protect the faith of that devotee by whatever means. If we ourselves can do something, we should do. If we can't, just take that devotee to some senior who can help that devotee. Rakhilena Ashwasya. They gave assurance to Kal Krishnadas. Don't worry, things will be all right. So assurance of the Lord's mercy and assurance of protection of devotional service. That is what every devotee needs. That's the fear every devotee has. I should not lose this chance to practice bhakti. And will I receive the mercy of the Lord? That is what we have to assure to everyone. And in return, somebody will assure us also. Because we all need assurance at some point of our time. If we give, somebody will give us. If we are in a situation now, we can help someone, and somebody will for sure help us in our difficult situations. That is the process of Krishna consciousness. When we pray in front of the Lord, we should pray for others. And we should not think, he is not praying for me, why we should pray for him? Why I should pray? He never prays for me. He may not pray or she may not pray. But if we pray to the Lord for that devotee, some other devotee will pray for us. Because ultimately, we are surviving in Krishna consciousness because somebody is praying for us. It is not by our own strength. Ekaki amar nahi pae bala harinama sankirtane tumi kripa kori shraddha bindu diya deho Krishna nama dhane. Ekaki amar nahi pae bala. Alone we are helpless. We have no strength. Only when somebody prays for us, then we can survive in bhakti. Otherwise, it is very difficult. So next day, all the devotees, they went to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and they tell, "Oh my Lord, please give permission so that we can send one devotee to Bengal." Because all the devotees in Bengal, they are really hankering and anxious to get your news. They have not heard about you since 2 years. So Mahaprabhu says, "You do whatever you want, I'm okay with that." That's Mahaprabhu, he has complete faith in devotees. He says, "Okay, you decide, you do whatever you want." So then they send in this way, this Kal Krishna Das to Bengal. And along with Kal Krishna Das, they sent a huge quantities of Mahaprasad, Jagannath Mahaprasad. So Krishna Das, he reaches Bengal in Navadvip. First, he went to meet Sachi Mata. He told the news that Mahaprabhu has returned. He told everything. And Mahaprabhu, he was so very, and Sachi Mata, he was so very happy to hear the news of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna Das gave all the Mahaprasad to Sachi Mata. Then all the other devotees, they came to know. Krishna Das then went to the house of Advaita Acharya and informed him about the return of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Advaita Acharya was so very happy, ecstatic. And he offered some Mahaprasad to Advaita Acharya also. That's how, whenever we meet devotees, even if the news is so very great, but still, prasad is the essential part. Although for devotees, the news of Mahaprabhu's arrival was more sweet than any Mahaprasad, but still, the devotees in Jagannath Puri, they made sure that some Mahaprasad should be sent. That is the relationship. That is the way the relation and love between devotees, they grow. So Advaita Acharya became so very happy, he started chanting and dancing and making rumbling sound. All the devotees they came, then Haridas Thakur came to know, then Vasudeva Datta, Murari Gupta, Shivananda Sen, and slowly the entire Navadvip came to know that, oh, Mahaprabhu has returned. Kaviraj Goswami takes the name of few devotees, Acharya Ratna, Chandrasekhar, Vakreshwar, Acharya Nidhi, Vidyanidhi, Gadadhar Pandit, Damodar Pandit, Shriman, Vijay, Sridhar, all these. And then he says, how many devotees will I take names of? There are so many devotees in Navadvip. So they all gathered at the house of Advaitacharya. And on the occasion of Mahaprabhu's return, Advaitacharya he celebrated a festival for 2-3 days. So that is Krishna consciousness. Every occasion is a festival. And not just for one day. 2-3 days the festival is going on. And the festival is what? It's coming together and singing and chanting and dancing in kirtan and having prasad. One time, and Gaur Kishordas Babaji, he told, oh now, tomorrow, Gaur Purnima is coming. So we'll celebrate a festival. So everybody said, Jai. What we will do, Maharajji? We'll come together and we'll chant the holy names. Oh wow. And then we'll have katha. Oh, wow. And then after that, what we'll do? And then again we'll sing, again chant, again hear Hari Katha. And he was going on and devotees are expecting when is prasad. Then he was going on from hour after hour, he is explaining. And then he says, and in this way we will chant whole day and whole night. So for a pure devotee, Mahaprasad doesn't attract much because the taste of Harikatha is so very sweet. So all these devotees, they celebrated. They all went to Shachi Mata and then they told that we are planning to go to Jagannath Puri to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So then, meanwhile, there are some devotees who came from Sri Khanda, Mukunda Sarkar, Narhari, Raghunandan, Thakur. They all came. Raghunandan is the son of Mukunda. They all came to Advaitacharya's home. They also wanted to go to Jagannath Puri. Meanwhile, as all these things are happening, Paramanand Puri, he arrived Navadvip. He was traveling and he was walking along the side banks of Ganga and ultimately reached Navadvip. In Navadvip, he went to the house of Shachi Mata and he was staying at the house of Shachi Mata. Shachi Mata, she was serving him very nicely with all respect. She provided everything, all the prasad, nice accommodation, all the necessities. And while he was residing at the house of Shachi Mata, Paramanand Puri came to know that Mahaprabhu has returned to Jagannath Puri and he was waiting for it. Because Mahaprabhu had told, you also please come and stay with me in Jagannath Puri. So Mahaprabhu, Paramanand Puri, as soon as he heard that Mahaprabhu has returned, he decided to go to Jagannath Puri as soon as possible. There was one more devotee, Dvij Kamalakant. Paramanand Puri took him along, and they both left. They didn't wait for all the other devotees. They were so very anxious to meet Mahaprabhu. So Paramanand Puri, very soon he arrived Jagannath Puri. And as soon as he saw Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fell at the feet of Paramanand Puri Mahaprabhu, and Paramanand Puri embraced Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prabhu kahe toma sange rahite vancha hoye, mora kripa kori koro niladriya shray. Mahaprabhu told, I have one desire, I want to stay with you. So please make Niladri, Jagannath Puri as your residence. Paramanand Puri says, I also wish to stay with you. That's why I've come here. I'll stay with you here only. And at Navadvip, all the residents, Sachimata and all the devotees, they have heard about the news of your return. And everyone is planning to come and meet you. But they were making some delay. So I could not wait. So I have come before them. They are all coming to see. So Mahaprabhu tells that there is a solitary house here in Kashi Mishra's place. You please stay here with me. So Paramanand Puri, he started staying with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at the house of Kashi Mishra. And Mahaprabhu gave him a servant also. And then, in some days, Swarup Damodar Goswami also arrived at Jagannath Puri. And the glories of Swarup Damodar Goswami are wonderful, unlimited. Kaviraj Goswami describes in great details the glories of Swarup Damodar Goswami. Aradino Aila Swarup Damodar Prabhura Atyant Marmi Rasera Sagar. Aradino Aila Swarup Damodar Goswami here arrived. Prabhura Atyant Marmi. He was a close associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Navadvip. Rasera Sagar, he was the ocean of all the transcendental mellows. Rasera Sagar, Prabhupada writes. Swarupa actually is a brahmachari name in Shankara Sampradaya. We have heard earlier also. In Shankaracharya Sampradaya, they have specific names for brahmacharis and for sannyasis. So what happened was, Swarup Damodar Goswami, when he was staying in Navadvip, his name was Purushottam Acharya. And he was a very close friend of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when Mahaprabhu left and took sannyas, he could not bear that separation. He went to Varanasi and he also took sannyas in madness. And he took sannyas from one sannyasi in Shankara Sampradaya. And his title was Tirtha. So ideally, he should have changed his name and he should have changed his dress also. He should have worn saffron. But Srila Swarup Damodar Goswami, he didn't change his brahmachari name. He gave up his shikha and his Brahman thread, but he didn't wear saffron and he didn't take sannyasi name. He retained his brahmachari name. So that is what Kaviraj Goswami describes. Srila Prabhupada also describes. Prabhura sannyasa dekhi unmatta hoya sannyasa grahana kaila varanasi gya. He became practically impatient in separation from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He went to Varanasi and took sannyas from Chaitanyananda Bharati. And this personality, Chaitanyananda Bharati, he gave instructions that you please read Vedanta and you teach Vedanta. So that's how Kaviraj Goswami continues the description. We'll continue next time the wonderful glories of Swarup Damodar Goswami. So we'll stop here. Hare Krishna. Anybody has any questions? Okay, so it seems there are no questions. We'll stop here. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Caitanya Caritāmrta ki jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.